My son, my daughter, today I need you to listen carefully because something is happening inside you that even you can't explain. But I understand it perfectly. That restlessness that visits you in silence, that pressure in your chest that doesn't go away, that tiredness without a name. These aren't just simple emotions. They are signs of something spiritual. They are echoes of a cry that doesn't come from your mouth but runs through your eyes. You haven't understood it yet, but your weeping is prophetic intercession. It's not weakness, it's not just sadness, it's something that touches the invisible. It's a movement of heaven inside you. It's a living prayer that I myself awaken when words are missing. And I reveal this to you now because you need to know. You are not going crazy. You are not falling apart. You are not alone. You are sensitive to my voice. You are carrying within you a mission that is born in tears and blooms in faith. Many think that interceding is simply speaking beautifully, repeating memorized prayers or using complex words. But that is not how heaven listens. True intercession happens when the heart breaks, when the soul bows down, when the pain doesn't keep quiet, and the spirit groans. And that's what is happening to you. Sometimes in the middle of routine, at work, in the silence of your room, or during sleepless nights, you feel the urge to cry and don't understand why. But I do, because you are interceding for things your eyes cannot yet see. You are touching spiritual realities with your sensitivity. You are being used, even if you don't notice, as an instrument of liberation, of healing, of transformation and restoration. While you cry, I move. While your soul groans, I touch situations that were stuck. While you bow in silence, I send answers, comfort and direction to others you don't even know. Because the one who intercedes doesn't always understand, but obeys. And you are obeying even without knowing it. Maybe you say, but I don't even know how to pray well. I only know how to cry. I only know how to be silent. And now I respond, that is enough. Because there are tears more powerful than 1,000 words. There are silences that scream louder than any speech. And there are moments when the spirit that lives in you takes control and begins to intercede with groanings no one understands, but I understand them. I understand your pain. I hear your groans. I interpret each tear as a petition, as a cry, as a plea full of faith. And that's why heaven moves in your favor. That's why things begin to change even when everything looks the same. That's why you carry that weight in your heart. Because your soul is connected to something greater, to what I am doing behind the scenes, even if it's not yet visible. You feel everything deeply, and that sometimes hurts you, but it's not a flaw, it's a gift. You feel what others don't. You perceive things many ignore. You are saddened by what others call normal because you're not just anyone. I have called you to live a life in the Spirit, and those who walk in the Spirit carry a different kind of sensitivity. A kind of perception that hurts, that weighs, that often isolates. But let me remind you, you are not being punished. You are being used. You are being raised up as a watchman, an intercessor, a sentinel who prays even when they don't know why. Your spirit is in tune with heaven, and that's why you feel that inner struggle, that invisible exhaustion, that unexplainable battle, because you are at war. But it's a holy war, a war that brings healing, that opens doors, that protects homes, that undoes the enemy's plans. Do not think you are being useless. Do not think your tears fall in vain. Every tear is collected by me. Every night you cried in silence, I was there. Every moment you didn't have the strength to pray, I prayed for you. I was present. I was your refuge. I was your hidden strength, and now I reveal it to you. Your weeping has a name. It's called intercession. Your silence has weight, it's called spiritual warfare, and your pain has a purpose, it's called transformation. What seems like fragility is actually a hidden strength within you, because while you feel, I act. While you cry, I work. While you're silent, I decree victory. I know there are moments when everything seems dark, when the heart wants to give up, when the questions multiply and the answers hide, but it's precisely there where the miracle begins. Because when you think you're breaking, I am shaping you. When you think you're losing, I'm teaching you to win a different way. When you think it's the end, I'm just turning the page. Don't be deceived by what you feel. Faith doesn't depend on feelings. Faith remains even when the heart trembles, and you are being strengthened even in the midst of your tears. You are praying even when you think you're only crying. You are touching heaven even when you feel like you're falling. So today I come to remind you, your tears are seeds. They are producing fruits you will soon harvest. They are opening paths you will soon walk. They are planting answers you will soon see. Don't stay silent. Don't hide that sensitivity. Don't be ashamed of that pain, because in it there is purpose, presence, and power. You are not falling apart. You are interceding. You are not getting lost. You are being used. You are not being forgotten. You are being refined. Refined to hear, refined to feel, refined to transform the invisible with the faith that rises inside you, even in the middle of tears. What the world calls weakness, I call a prophetic channel. What others don't understand in you, I celebrate, because that's how I raise up my children, in silence, in hiding, in tears, in the early morning. Not on stages or with applause, but in secret, in the room, in the broken heart, on the floor where no one wants to be, in surrender that doesn't seek recognition, in faithfulness that doesn't depend on an audience. And it's in that place where I meet you today. It's there where I consecrate you. It's there where I strengthen you. It's there where I use you, even if you don't see it, even if no one recognizes it, because heaven recognizes it. And I know who you are. I know what you feel. I know how hard you've fought to keep going. And more than that, I am with you in every step, in every tear, in every night when the urge to quit tries to convince you to give up. So today, breathe deeply, receive this word. It is for you, not as momentary relief, but as divine revelation. Because I do not speak only to comfort, I speak to transform. You're interceding with your life, your body, your soul, your spirit, and that is powerful, that is prophetic, that is eternal. Do not belittle yourself, do not compare yourself, do not be ashamed. There is a weight of glory upon your sensitivity, there is hidden oil in your tears, there is spiritual authority in your silence, and the world doesn't need to understand it, because I am the one who called you, who anointed you, and who will fulfill what I promised. Continue even if you cry, continue even if you have no strength. Continue even if no one sees, continue because your weeping moves heaven. Your tears are unseen prayers that I answer. And what you haven't yet understood, now I'm revealing. Your pain is sacred, your sensitivity is a gift, your silence is a cry, and your tear is prophetic intercession. Do not fear that sensitive place within you, for I dwell there too. There I speak to you, there I work miracles. And the one who endures without applause becomes a living witness of what I do in secret. You were not forgotten, you were chosen to intercede, to feel, to carry within you the invisible sound of heaven. And through you I am touching this generation. Through your tears I am healing lands your feet have not yet touched. And when the time comes to bloom, all will see that what was conceived in tears was born to transform. And now, my beloved, lean in still closer, for what I will speak next is not for the distracted nor the hurried. It is for the one who longs to understand the reason behind the fire within. You've been asking why your battles feel deeper than those around you, why others seem to walk freely while your every step feels pressed by invisible resistance. And I will tell you plainly, because your path is not ordinary. You are walking the road of the hidden ones, the ones I prepare in silence to carry what others cannot. You've noticed how quickly your peace is disturbed when you drift from me even slightly. That is not weakness, that is divine sensitivity. It is the tether of my presence calling you back to the source of your strength. There is a reason you can no longer tolerate certain conversations, environments, or distractions. I'm severing you from what dilutes your discernment. You have asked me to use you greatly, and I've answered. But I use deeply before I use visibly. So I strip what others are allowed to keep. I demand surrender where others enjoy comfort. And this may seem unfair until you see the weight of glory I place on those I trust most. You've tried to explain to others what you feel, but they cannot understand because I haven't assigned them to carry what you carry. You are not being dramatic, you are being awakened. There are nights when your heart aches for things you cannot name, and I want you to know those groanings are connected to people, places, and purposes I'm assigning to your spirit. There are chains you are breaking without ever touching them, simply by standing in my presence with the weight of obedience. You have not imagined the warfare around your life, the dreams that were interrupted, the mornings when weariness greeted you before your feet hit the floor. That is not coincidence, it is spiritual tension, because you are rising, and rising in the spirit comes with cost. It means loneliness before visibility, it means pruning before fruit. Yes, you have been misunderstood. But I designed it that way, for I hid your training in plain sight. I did not allow the applause because I wanted you to grow roots, not just branches. You are not behind, you are hidden. And there is a difference. Behind means forgotten. Hidden means reserved. There are things I have delayed not to punish you, but to protect the oil I'm placing upon you. Because had I exposed you earlier, the wounds would have spoken louder than the wisdom. The pain would have preached instead of my spirit. So I waited. I refined. I watched how you worshipped in silence, how you stayed when it was hard, how you honored me when your prayers seemed unanswered. And now the aroma of that sacrifice rises before me. You are not being ignored. You are being weighed in glory. I do not place my name lightly on vessels. I test them, I prove them, I temper them in the fire so that when I fill them, they do not shatter under the weight. That is why your process has been intense, because your calling carries weight, not for popularity, not for praise, but to carry burdens few are willing to feel, to pray when it costs, to speak when it's risky, to stand when no one claps. I know the moments you wanted to be like everyone else, to rest, to ignore, to detach. But I would not let you because I placed my breath in you for something more. And now, my child, hear me, I am about to open your eyes. There are things I've allowed you to feel before you could see them, things I've burdened you for before I gave you words. You have walked into rooms and felt the heaviness others ignored. That was not imagination, it was perception. I gave you sight beyond sight. And now I will begin to show you what you've been interceding for in secret. The spiritual resistance that surrounded you is beginning to lift. You are crossing from the season of sensing into the season of seeing. You will begin to perceive the fruit of your endurance. Answers will begin to surface where there was once silence, but not all at once, for I still guard your heart. Some revelations come with responsibility. Some clarity demands a readiness in your spirit. So stay near me. Let your nearness be greater than your hunger for results, for I will guide you with more than instructions. I will guide you with my presence. There is a place I want to take you that cannot be reached through striving, only through surrender. That's why I've been pruning your need to control, to explain, to fix. I've been teaching you to yield. And in that yieldedness I will birth the next season, not by your effort, but by my spirit. Do not rush what I am doing in you. Do not hurry the healing. Do not escape the process, for what I am forming is not just for you, but through you. Others will drink from the well I am digging in your soul. Others will be revived by the tears you now cry alone. You are becoming a resting place for my presence. And I do not dwell in the shallow. I dwell where there is depth. So I've allowed the digging, I've allowed the breaking, I've allowed the stretching, because I am preparing a sanctuary, not made of brick but of yielded spirit. You have asked me for impact, and I have said yes, but impact that begins on your knees, not behind a microphone. Do not measure your calling by visibility, measure it by obedience. Do not think you're late because no one has called your name. I am the one who calls, and I do it in whispers, not spotlights. I have seen the nights you stayed awake, not out of worry, but out of spiritual weight. That was priestly work. That was sacred labor. You are becoming a keeper of atmospheres, a carrier of breakthrough, a restorer of breaches. This is why you cannot conform. Why compromise leaves you disturbed. Why shallowness repels your spirit, because I have placed eternity in your bones. You are not meant to echo culture. You are meant to echo heaven. And heaven is not loud, but it is weighty. Heaven does not clamor, but it does convict. So do not exchange your sensitivity for comfort. Let your tears keep flowing. Let your prayers keep rising. Let your silence remain filled with my fire. You are walking in something rare and costly, but I will sustain you. For those who carry my burdens do not walk alone. I walk with them. I strengthen them. I surround them.